this is the day that the Lord has made. I have a wonderful person here. Isn't she looking nice? Clarice. Clarice is going to talk to us. So, hey, she has a song out, My Yes is Final. Oh, I love that song. And Clarice is going to talk to us. She's going to tell us about herself and whatnot. So, hey, stay tuned. You wouldn't miss. Okay, so Clarice.
Yes.
I have a host of questions I'm going to ask you. The first is, of course, people would want to know, who is Clarice? Like, tell us a little bit about Clarice.
Okay, so who am I? Well, I am nothing without God. So let's start there. I am absolutely nothing without God. I am the child of the Most High. I love God.
A little bit about your background.
A little bit about my background.
Okay.
So a little bit about my background. I was born in Congo DR.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been here for a little over 15, 16 years.
Do you like here?
I like it.
Okay,
I like
good.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You have a song out. Yeah. My Yes is Final. And I love that song. I must say I really love that song. It really speaks to me. And did you write the song?
Yes, I wrote the song.
So what's the story behind? Is there a story behind?
Yes, absolutely. There's a story behind. So the story behind is I was at a point in my life where I was desperate to know my purpose in life. Desperate to know what was I created for, because I believe everyone was created for something. Everyone has a purpose in this life. Before God created us, He already had a plan. He already has a purpose. There's something that everyone, you know what I mean, that is supposed to be or to do in this earth. So what got me to write the song was I wanted to know my purpose in life. So I was searching, and then I found out what it was. So I knew that I was called, and that God has a purpose for me in ministry. But for some reason, it was hard for me to stay committed. I was one of those, on Sunday I'm in church singing, but on Saturday I'm out the club, you know. So I was living the double life, one step in, one step out. And finally I decided that I was going to make my yes final, because if you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out, then your yes is not final, because you're still, you know what I mean, you're still living the worldly way. And so that inspired me to make my yes final.
So you said you search for your purpose. How did you search for your purpose?
Well, the only way you can really find out your purpose is through prayer. It's through communication with the Father, because He's the one that knows your purpose in life. He's the one that knows, that created you and knows the reason He created you for. So the best way to find out is through prayer and through communication with the Father, and He reveals yourself to you and reveals who you're supposed to and what you're supposed to do in this life.
Interesting. So when you found your purpose, was it through a dream? Did you have a dream that confirmed that this is your purpose? Was it a prophecy? Was it a Bible verse that you read and the words just jumped off the page? How did you know that, okay, Clarice, this is your purpose?
Okay. So first, while I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out, God already showed me who I was supposed to be, where it was a complete picture, you know, like I see myself standing in front of people and in front of a big crowd and singing, ministering. So I already knew, but I didn't know how to actually become that thing that God had showed me until I made my yes final, and then He started revealing more to me I had a prophecies and, you know, people speaking over my life, confirming what I already saw. But also, you know, like vision, like you have a vision sometimes. If your spiritual eyes are open, you're able to, you can see vision, see yourself doing that thing that God has created you to do, and then you're just like, okay, you know, this is what I was created to do.
So is this your first professional music production? Is this the first time you've been in the studio?
Yes, definitely. This is my first song ever. Not the first time being in the studio, because I've been in the studio before, but I did secular music, like R&B and things like that, or sing backup for someone on a rap song or something like that. But when I made my yes final, to me that was like, you know, like, of course I know I was created to do gospel, so I knew exactly what I needed to do.
So let's say if somebody calls you secular music and they put in it, you wouldn't do it.
Absolutely not.
Oh wow, your yes is really final.
Yes, my yes is final. Absolutely not. You can't get me to do it any other way.
Okay. So I've listened to your song for a number of times, and when I listen to the song, something that comes to me is like somebody who is in ministry in some shape or form. Let's say you're in ministry, maybe it could be being a pastor, maybe God has to reveal to you to write a book, whatever it is, maybe to be a teacher, but there are a lot of it could be that there are a lot of persecution towards you, and there are a lot of disappointment. Maybe God said, okay, like I'm going to use you as an example. Okay, Clarice, you be a singer, and maybe in our mind, in our human mind, I've been there before. You think that maybe because God said it, the road is going to be smooth, but unfortunately, there are all these disappointments. If it's not disappointments, there are all this persecution. If it's not persecution, there are all this, things, a lot of setbacks.
Yeah.
And I want you to say something like, if somebody is in a place like, okay, they were so sure, like I said, they should go into ministry full time, or they should be a pastor, but everything around them is not like there's a setback. There's so many obstacles, and I have been there before where like you question it. Did God really say this? So like you're like, so the yes is not really final, and some are even with pastors, some are even wooed to go the wrong way because like they said yes to God, but things are not moving the way they wanted to say. So what would be a word you give to somebody where they've said yes to God? Even like with music, like you have to pay your dues before God really takes you where He wants to take you.
Right.
So with somebody in that place, how would you advise that person to make their yes final, irrespective of what's happening around them?
Yeah, so the only way you can make your yes final really is the Holy Spirit has to help you with that, because it's a lot of, it comes with a lot of downs and some up, and you're gonna go through it because you're gonna go through a test. God is gonna test you to see if your yes is really final. So when you're going through these trials and you want to give up, or things are just not flowing the way you want it to flow, that's the test time. You know what I mean? You're being tested now. Whether you pass or not, that would determine whether your yes is final. Because if you pass the test, meaning you wait, you wait knowing that God has a bigger plan for me, knowing that what God showed me, He will bring me to it, because God is a faithful God, and His promises are yes and amen. So if God spoke it, if God showed it to you, then He will bring it to pass. So if you know that God is going to bring it to pass, then just be at peace. Because if God showed it to you, then God will bring it to pass. And a lot of times, you can be in that place, because I've been in that place before, where you're like, okay, Lord, I know that my yes is final. There's no turning back. I'm not changing my mind or anything. But when is it going to happen? That's when you wait in God, because the when can be longer than what you expect it to be, and a lot of time that's when people give up. But God wants to know, how long can you wait? Because you're waiting 5 years. You know what I mean? Like your 5 years might take God in 5 minutes. Because a lot of times all you need is that one person. You meet that one person, and your life will turn around just like that. It only takes one person, one destiny helper to make your life, just to make that thing that God has created you to do. So you may be waiting 5 years, but it'll probably only take God 5 minutes. And when He's ready, when he knows that He can trust you with your yes, and that your yes is final, it can happen just like that. And you'll be walking into your purpose and doing the things that God has called you to do. So I want to encourage everyone to hold on and to make their yes final.
Well, that's very good. So we should just wait on the Lord.
Yeah,
it will take 20 years. Just wait.
Now the thing is, because a lot of Christians, we give up too soon because we're waiting. We're timing God. You know what I mean? We're timing God. Like, okay, God, I've been waiting for a year. When is it gonna happen? Okay, now it's 2 years, Lord. All right, maybe I need to go back to school. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to just be a nurse. Maybe that, the maybe next thing you know, you've got into the wrong path. So and the way that you wait is to wait in God's presence. You know what I mean? So meaning you pray, you fast, you pray again, you worship, you know, and all of that, and you begin to get more revelation from God from the time you spend with God.
Okay, so a link to the song is of course going to be in the information section, but if people want to follow you, they want to know about your ministration, where you're ministering and whatnot, how can they do that? Like, what are your handles?
Okay, so people can follow me on I'm on Facebook.
What's your username?
My username is Clarice. Clarice Kaka, Kaka, and I'm on Instagram under Clarice_KK. That's.
I'm gonna have all the. I'm gonna have all her links in the information section. But when is your album coming out? Like, do you have any other projects in the work besides like this? It's already out, right? This song is out. I'm gonna have a link below. So when are you gonna have are you gonna have other projects out, or when are you gonna have your album out? Do you have an idea?
So next, I'm working on the album right now. But I do have a concert that I'm putting together before the release of album. I'll also have another one after the release of album. So just stay tuned. I'll have all that information out. I don't have the dates yet.
Okay. So if you want to know more, of course, you can follow like Facebook, Instagram. I'm gonna give you all the links, and if you do that, you know when she's gonna have her concert and whatnot. She's going, of course, hey, of course, she's going to sing My Yes Is Final. She's got to sing. You can't be talking about a song you just released and you're not singing. Ain't going to happen. So she's going to sing. She's going to sing her song, My Yes Is Final. So stay tuned. I think it's a wonderful song, and it will touch you. It will really touch you. So, hey, you're going to sing. You prepared. Drink more water.